She fought. I thought she was just a grappler.
She fought once.
Fought once, okay.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jono, the owner of a Dragon House MMA. Right next to me, we have Carli Lombardo, officially making our promotion debut. Knowing her for quite some time, hitting her up all the time, and finally got this deal done. And now she's actually finally fighting in the Bay Area, the biggest Bay Area event, the biggest MMA event in California. August 19th at the Cow Palace. Now let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who's Carli Lombardo, right?
Yes.
Okay, where are you born and raised? And let's introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Carli Lombardo. I'm born and raised in Oakley. I'm fighting out of Antioch, California. I'm happy to be fighting finally in the Bay because I feel like I'm all over like Oregon, Utah, having fights out there. And you've been asking me to fight on the card for some time, and now I'm finally free, and it's at the Cow Palace, a nice venue, so I'm happy to be on the card.
Now this is a historical building, Cow Palace, back in WWE, the Road to Derby, like all kinds of crazy event at the Cow Palace, and we've been working on the deal to trying to get an event at Cow Palace for quite some time now, and finally we partner up with the first round fights and putting on the first event, hybrid event, almost 2 shows combined in one. So we have full 15 amateur fights, full 15 pro fights on this upcoming event. It's a pretty large stack card. Now, Carli, how long have you been practicing and training martial arts?
I've been training since 2014. My first fight was in 2019 and the pandemic hit, and I was training out of my backyard. My gym was closed. So yeah, I've been training for some time now, and this is what I love to do, and I'm happy to be here.
Now, I saw you in the grappling. Your grappling is getting better and better, and you actually got a submission win on my last, or the one before the last, the first submission only grappling, you know, so congrats on that. So now, I saw you fight, you're actually more like a striker, right?
I would say so, yeah, when I'm in the cage, but I'm trying to utilize my wrestling more too as well, so.
That's pretty awesome. Now, people always DM me like, can we see more girl fights? And finally we got a girl fight here. Carli's gonna be fighting Maria Flores from the GF Club in Santa Rosa. Now, you watching her fight, sure you have some homework done on her. What do you think of her?
I know that she came from Team Salguera. That was actually the first team that I was on, and then I transferred over to another team. So I know she's tough, she's got heart. I've seen her film, studied it, just like all the other girls in my weight class, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to fight her on this card. I saw she had a submission win, which was good, and you know, she likes to be a little crazy on the feet, and I like to get a little scrappy too, but I'm wanting to display more of my technique this fight, so that's what I'm hoping for, and hopefully it's a good night in the office for me. I'm predicting that, so.
This is also the first fight she ever had. It's a three-minute round, no shin guards. Both you guys pretty much go on one step closer to fighting kind of like a pros, you know. Now, no shin guards, longer round. You have a strategy, you know, coming into this round, because, you know, sometimes when you fight those 3 2-minute round, time go by fast, and then what you want to do, and it just boom, the bells ring, you know. So how do you prepare for her on this fight?
I would say just work a lot on my cardio. I think my gas tank's probably going to be more experienced because I've had those 3 rounds before, and just treat it like I'm, you know, an amateur still. Don't treat myself any better than anybody. Be humble, grind, work hard, eat, sleep, train. Do what I've been doing and try to push myself. Hopefully I push myself a little bit harder than she did for the fight.
Now, when you're watching her fight, she has a few fights on her belt now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see yourself have advantage on her?
I see that my striking is a little bit crispier than hers. Her shots are a little wild, but that means I need to, you know, she does a lot of hooks, so I need to keep my hands up, not drop them. But I think since I've had a little bit more time in the cage, hopefully I can display a little bit more technique than she has right now.
That's awesome. Now, what do you think of your grappling versus her grappling?
I think that, you know, I've actually done a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments here the past few months, and I believe that I can roll with her on the ground as well. So it's going to be a good fight. I think, you know, the community really needs to come out and watch this one. you got a girl fight, so it's gonna be a scrap for sure.
That's pretty awesome. Now, you've been into the amateur circuit for a minute now. Now, besides, Maria Flores on your next upcoming event, next upcoming opponent, does anyone out there that 115 pounds weight class that you want to fight besides her?
I don't have any name come to mind. In the past, the promoters will just throw girls at me, and we kind of just agree, that it feels right. So this fight felt right to me at the time, and then I just kind of take it one step at a time. So whoever they offer me next, I kind of just, is this going to be a right matchup for me at this time, and kind of formulate a camp like that. So
that's pretty awesome. Now, you've been pretty much training consistently, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
trying to be super active.
That's pretty awesome. Now you have plenty of time to prepare for her. Both you guys have a full camp, so I'm hoping I can see the full potential of what you have in your skill sets and what you can put out on that night. It's gonna be awesome. Now, Carli, what personal life? What do you do for work?
I'm just doing gig work right now, Ubering, just gig type of work right now because training is a full-time job. This is what I want to do for a living. So, yeah, sometimes I'll bartend, Uber, gig work. So, yeah.
Whatever you gotta do.
Whatever I gotta do to support my dream. Yeah, this is the goal. So, yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Now, when you first started entering and learning martial art, what's your entry? Martial arts style, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. What's your first entry to get yourself into martial art?
Yeah, so I started wrestling in high school, and a couple of girlfriends wanted to join the team, and they ended up quitting, and I ended up actually falling in love with it. And from there, I went, collegiate wrestling for a little bit, and the reason I wanted to get into fighting is I saw women fighting on TV, and I'm like, what? And I saw them wrestling in the match. It was actually Thug Rose and Carla Esparza, not their last match that they had, but their very first match. And then, of course, Ronda Rousey and all that. So I was inspired at a really young age to start fighting, and the wrestling helped me propel into that.
That's pretty awesome. Well, that's a good foundation to have. MMA is like, wrestling and submission, you got striking, so you pretty much start off the most important component as a wrestler. That gives you a lot of options to do whatever you want to do in the cage. So let's see how this fight is going to play out. So for more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event's live stream pay-per-view, also televised, 2 different channels. I think at 2 different times. Once they record the whole content, it's going to put on a different station on a Filipino channel, and I will keep all the fans out there updated so you guys can watch on TV as the live event and then also pay-per-view. We have about 30 fights on this upcoming card. Door opens at 2. First amateur fight kicks off at 3. So the amateur portion will be finished around 6:30. Then at 6:30 kick off the pro portion. And Carli's fight is roughly around in the middle, between 7 to 8 fights around there. So you're looking at about maybe 4:30. Your fight's gonna be pops up, so making sure you guys stay tuned. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, buy a ticket to come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
I'm pretty active on Instagram, so you can find me at Carli. It's Carli with an I, not a Y, so CARLI_JO__, or you can find me on Facebook at Carli Lombardo.
That's pretty awesome. Now, do you have any special loved ones, training partners, coaches, supporters, sponsors that you want to shout out to?
Thank you to everybody that I trained with, and I want to thank my family helping me in the process through this process of going from amateur to soon hopefully pro, and with helping with my daughter through this process. It's a lot of work balancing and being a full-time fighter and a mom. So yeah, that's what I want to thank.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 6 years old.
Oh, that's beautiful, lovely. That's the kind of age you can start actually enjoying hanging out with her, and then you have a little company right there.
She's always like, Mom, let's fight, and she'll put her fists up, and
that's pretty awesome. Now, in a perfect world, how much longer you want to do amateur before you turn pro?
I would say I want at least maybe 4 more fights. I'm pretty active, so hopefully that's by the end of the year. I can get 4 wins under my belt. I see a lot of girls go pro way too quick in the circuit, and then they end up quitting, but I want long term, I want longevity. So I want at least 4 more fights, maybe a boxing fight as well, a couple more jiu-jitsus, crisp everything up, and then make the transition to pro.
That's pretty awesome. Well, now if your opponent Maria Flores watching this interview, what do you have to say to her?
Let's put on a great show, girl. It's all love and respect. But you know, we're in there, you know, it's business, so let's bring the fight and let's put on a show.
How this fight is gonna end, do you think?
I'm looking for a finish. I haven't manifested exactly yet how I'm gonna get the finish, but it's cooking up, so.
It's cooking up.
It's cooking up.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, subscribe my YouTube channel, show me some love and support. I'm John Lowe, keep putting on all the events for the Bay Area fight fans and all my online fans. You know, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, so I'm still around. Produce the best amateur and professional events in the Bay for all the fans out there. I'm hoping you guys keep supporting me. Come down and get a ticket from Carli herself. Give her some love and support. Show her a little bit of credit. Support your local fighters. And I'll see you guys August 19th at the Cow Palace. Making sure you guys stay tuned, and I'll see you guys there. And any last word you want to say to anyone out there?
Come out, enjoy the show, and see you guys there.
Awesome. I'm John Lowe signing out. See you August 19th.